Have you ever had a Sunday night where you feel completely unstoppable? You watch an inspiring video, write down a massive list of goals and promise yourself, tomorrow everything changes. Monday goes great, Tuesday is okay, but by Thursday the fire is completely gone. The gym feels too far, the project feels too hard, and the couch feels far too comfortable. Why does this happen? Why is it so incredibly easy to get motivated, but almost impossible to stay motivated? If this frustrating cycle sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You aren't lazy, and you don't lack willpower. You're simply misunderstanding how human motivation actually works. We tend to treat motivation like a permanent personality trait, believing you either have it or you don't. But science tells a different story. Motivation is an emotion, and just like happiness, sadness, or frustration, it is biologically designed to be temporary. It comes and goes. Expecting to feel motivated every single day is like expecting the weather to be perfectly sunny 365 days a year. When you rely entirely on a fleeting feeling to get things done, you set yourself up to fail. This usually happens for three specific reasons. First, the dopamine illusion. When you set an exciting new goal, your brain releases a massive hit of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. You get the emotional reward of achieving the goal just from fantasizing about it. But then you actually have to do the work. The novelty wears off, the excitement fades, and the dopamine crashes. Your brain says, "Wait, this is hard and boring. Where is the instant reward?" You didn't lose your drive. You just came down from a dopamine high. The second reason is the mountain effect. When we feel that initial burst of inspiration, we set massive, unrealistic expectations. We don't just say, "I'm going to walk 10 minutes a day." We say, "I'm going to the gym for 2 hours, 6 days a week." We stare at the very top of the mountain instead of the single step right in front of us. When the brain looks at a massive, overwhelming task, it triggers a stress response and convinces you to stay in your comfort zone. Overwhelm is the ultimate motivation killer. The third reason is the biggest illusion of all. We believe that motivation is a prerequisite for action. We think we need to feel motivated before we can act. But psychology tells us it's actually the exact opposite. Action creates motivation. You don't get motivated and then act. You see a tiny bit of progress, and that progress generates the motivation to keep going. So how do we break this cycle? Stop relying on motivation and start building systems. Lower the bar for starting. Don't commit to a 1-hour workout. Commit to putting on your shoes. Make the first step so incredibly small that you can do it even on your worst days. Remember, amateurs wait for the right feeling to start. Professionals start and let the feeling catch up. Motivation is just the spark. Take that first small step and let your actions build the fire. If you love understanding why you feel lonely, even when you're not alone, then subscribe now.